Von Miller, who knows more about cameras than I've ever known. How did you know what kind of camera we're shooting this interview on right now?
Well, I do a little social media work for my page, a couple commercials, YouTube stuff.
Okay, so do I. I don't know what kind of camera is shooting my stuff.
That's just the type of guy I am. I want to know like what I'm using, especially when I'm producing my own content. Like, you buy the camera and just a little bit of knowledge on cameras. Not too much though.
Yeah, you look great. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. This is year 13. I'm feeling good physically. Still got a little bit to go with my knee. I feel like I should be ready to go though. But I think the most important part is my mental. I'm in a great mental space. I don't have too much to worry about, but really getting back on the football field and playing the best football that I possibly can.
So, are you sick of hitting those sleds out there and those tackle dummies yet? Come on.
I mean, you never really can't. You can't get tired of the process, and I just take it one day at a time. I like to show up and give it my all each and every day, no matter how I'm feeling physically, emotionally, if I'm sick or not. I just like to show up, and whatever they got on my plate, I just like to finish it out and give it my best.
Von, I thought you were sick of it because you hit Patrick Mahomes on the golf course a couple of months ago, so I thought that was just sort of getting that extra umph since you don't get to hit guys right now.
No, that was an accident. That was an accident, man. That was an accident. And really kicking it with Patrick, man. I've kicked it with him a couple of times, man, but being there with the match, man, like, he's a cool dude, man. Travis Kelce is super cool, Steph, and Clay and Draymond, man. It was a great event to spend time with those guys.
Yeah, you're saying Brandon Beane didn't put you up to that? He wasn't like, here's you're Jason Bourne, you're an asset, go take care of business.
No, me and Patrick Mahomes, we business partners, man. He's in on Greener Pastures, my chicken farm, and Drew Brees as well. So I mean, I don't want to hurt the guy. It's only one game that I don't want him. It's only one game that I don't want him to win, and that's when they play the Buffalo Bills. So I love Patrick Mahomes, man. I love all those guys.
Just when you're playing him, I love that. Brandon Beane says you're close to ready to go. You could be out there week 1. Are you happy he said that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting in all the work. I'm doing everything I possibly can do, man. It does get kind of boring, but I don't like to get tired of it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you want to be out there, especially I'm in the meeting rooms and I'm coaching guys up, do it this way, you got to do it like this. And, I want to get out there and show them, but you can't really rush the process, man. I'm in a good spot physically and mentally, and, whatever comes on any day, I'll be ready for it.
Last time you and I talked, I asked you about Aaron Rodgers and how, you've made him look over the years in a couple of games. That week 1 game is against them. Yep. At MetLife. Chances you're out there?
I mean, I want to be out there, man.
What are the chances?
I really want to be out there. If I'm in a good spot to play it, I'm going to play it. If I'm not, I'm not. It doesn't make sense just to rush out there and just to be a tough guy, just to be the Terminator. Like, if I can play, I'm going to play. When the guys see me out there, it's time for me to play. I'm feeling like Von. If I'm not feeling like Von, I'm just trying to put stuff together just to be a tough guy. It doesn't make sense to do that.
Yeah, I grew up in Chicago, so Aaron Rodgers sort of picked my team to sort of clown on for 20 years, and it's not fun. So I don't want the Bills to be that team, and of course they won't be. But what is this team working on to, not be that team with all the hype that's going on there?
I mean, first and foremost, we got the best quarterback in the division with Josh Allen. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. If he's not the best, he's number 2, and if he's not number 2, he's number 3. And he gets better and better each and every year. The offense is great. Stephon Diggs, we got James Cook. Offensive line, we've gotten better. Got my boy Gabe Davis over here, too. He's a great player as well, man. We're loading the offense. Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox, those guys are going to present all type of problems. And our defense, we got better as well, too. Offensive line, our defensive line has gotten better. Got Trey Wright back for a whole entire year this year. Last year he was hurt. Matt Milano, one of the best inside linebackers in the league. And we got the best safety tandem as well with Jordan and Micah as well. So we're stacked on defense too.
Is Dalton winning camp right now? He's having such a good camp.
Dalton looks, he looks amazing. Like, he just had a jump ball. Even though he didn't catch the ball, like, he jumped so high to catch that ball, man. And he's just so wiggly and fluid out there, man. That was a great pick for us, man. And I'm excited to see what he does.
I love that you're talking about wanting to be out there to help these guys, because you play at this elite level, but you also are doing your thing and you have bigger aspirations in the league as well. Do you remember that 2011 training camp? Because we're talking about these rookies looking up to you, future Hall of Famer. Like, you had Brian Dawkins, you had Champ Bailey. Like, what do you remember picking up from them or from being around them?
I just remember being around those guys. I didn't want to be a liability. I didn't want to be the guy that was the guys were going to pick on. I'm not talking about like guys on my team. I'm talking about the other offense. I didn't want to be a liability, and I remember feeling like that. I wanted to do my part. I wanted to contribute. I had Elvis Dumerville on the other side, and that's what I did. That's what I did. I didn't, I came out there. I did my job. I did whatever I was supposed to do. I didn't want to stand out and guys to make plays on me, and I didn't bust any assignments. So I think I got it accomplished my rookie season.
Yesterday I saw the sweetest photo of you carrying everybody's pass after practice, and you just had the biggest smile on your face.
I still do that. I still do that now, man. It's whatever I can do to help these guys win, man. I don't have no pride. Of course, you got to have pride on the football field, and you want to be the best player you possibly can be, but I don't have any pride with my teammates, man. I want to make these guys, life easy, man. I want to do whatever I can to help them out.
Week 10, Monday Night Football. Do you know who
Denver
you play?
Broncos. Yep. I got that circled already.
So this is the first time you're playing them, which I couldn't really believe it. It's the first time you're taking them on in your career.
Yep.
Can you call Goodell, or have you called him and said, can this game be in Denver?
No, I mean, next time it'll be in Denver. It'll be in Denver next year. I love the Denver Broncos. I grew up there, won a Super Bowl there, played in 2. I love the Denver Broncos. Russ, I'm a big fan of Russ and Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy and Gary Bowles and McGlinchey and all of those guys, man. So, man, I love those guys. Javon Williams is a great running back as well, man, and their defense is stacked as well. Patrick Surtain. I'm still the president of the Patrick Surtain fan club.
Okay.
Love Justin Simmons and Kareem Jackson as well.
Is Tre'Davious White okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm.
You're for everyone.
I'm the president of the Patrick Surtain. And this was my job title before I even got here. Like, I just can't give it up because I'm over here.
Yeah, he's going to have his hands full. Of course, they've got new leadership. Hopefully, Russell Wilson can get it done. But you do play them week 10. I think that's awesome, and I'm excited to see what happens there. You have the aspirations to be a GM. You work closely with Brandon Beane. You pick stuff up from him. There's a lot of we when you speak, which I'm always really inspired by, because you make it about the team effort and doing everything top to bottom. I talked to T.J. Ward a couple of weeks ago. He started an agency. And I sort of said, why try to start a player agency? What are you trying to do? And he said, well, there's a gap. I, as a player, just know some things that are missed in the negotiations, in the process, in protecting the players. So what is it, like, in a sentence or two, that you have or that you want to, what's the bridge that you want to gap between players and front offices?
I don't know. I don't think it is. I don't think it is a gap. I think my job would be, whenever I do get the opportunity to be a general manager, my job would be to build the best championship team that I possibly can, and it's multiple ways to do that. And if we don't have a quarterback, if we don't have a championship defense, we still got to be able to put out a competitive product. We just can't go out there and that is what we got. Like, and either way I go, I've been on all different types of teams. I know how to present a championship product. TJ has an agency. Yeah. I want to be in the front office. That is a way we can bridge the gap right there. Like, I know TJ, I know his agency, I know the type of work that he does for his players. He'll know my team, he'll know what type of GM I'll be, and we're already working on those relationships right now. So having a relationship with the agents and being able to build the best championship team that I possibly can do, that's what I do best. That's what I know. And I'm not saying I have like a special talent or anything like that. I just know what it looks like. I've been on multiple Super Bowl teams, been around all type of Hall of Famers, and not just Hall of Fame players, but Hall of Fame coaches, Hall of Fame cafeteria workers, Hall of Fame front office ladies, and Hall of Fame janitors. Like, I just know what it looks like to build that infrastructure of a championship team.
And it looks like that here.
It does look like that here, and it starts from the top, man. Terry Pagula and Brandon Beane and Coach McDermott, they've done an incredible job of building this team up. Like, it might be Buffalo and it might be snowy and rainy and windy and all that stuff, but every time you walk in the facility, it's sunny. They do a really good job of really focusing on guys' mental health and the players' needs, and they make it all about football. They make it all about winning football, playoff football, and that's something that I can appreciate. In my 13th year in the NFL. With
your GM hat on and your 13 years, how interesting is a Dalvin Cook to you right now?
Dalvin Cook is a great player. I think him going to the Jets would be a great look. I'm not really sure why they let him go with the Minnesota Vikings, because he had a great season last year. But when you think about Justin Jefferson and the type of contract that he's going to command, like, you got to free up some space, and you got Danielle Hunter over there as well. They got a lot of great players, so I can see them trying to really get ready for that, that aspect of it. But Dalvin Cook is a great player. He's fast.
What about here? You guys
we got James Cook already.
Okay, tell me about James Cook.
I
need to know. He's killing it.
We got James Cook already, and he already got number 4. Dalvin is number 4. So
it doesn't work.
We can't have 2 number 4s on the team, but I think James going into his second year, he'll definitely be able to take a jump. He did a lot of great things for us last year, and him year 2 in the season, like, he's going to have a great year, and working with Josh Allen, the offensive line has gotten better as well. Like, he's gonna have some explosive games this season. He had some last season as well, and I'm excited to see what he does this year.
Josh Allen has a lot on his shoulders. The hype sort of gone, which is great because it's just let's get together and work. Have you noticed anything in the past couple of weeks? Even you talk a lot about how he's the best quarterback in the division, if not in the league. What about just growth as a leader, a person, anything that you're noticing? He's
the same guy. Like, he is so consistent.
That's awesome.
You know, all the Hall of Fame quarterbacks that I've been around, they have that type of quality. Peyton Manning, it didn't matter if we won or lost, or if they said we was going to win the Super Bowl. If they didn't, he was the same guy. He came out and worked. All the guys, Matthew Stafford was the same guy. Like, he was the same guy on and off the football field. Like, it didn't matter if we were winning or losing, or if they said we wasn't going to win the Super Bowl, if they said we were going to win the Super Bowl. He was the same guy. You just go out there and do your job. And Josh Allen's the same way. And I tell you what's different from Josh Allen and those guys. Like, Josh Allen's one of the boys, man. Like, he's hanging out. Like, he's social in the locker room. He's pranking guys, and he has jokes, and he's funny, and you know, all of these cool things that I can appreciate, man. He's one of the boys, man. He's getting better and better every year. You know, that's all we talk about. We talk about golf and winning Super Bowls.
Yeah.
That's all me and Josh. That's all our conversation is just golf and winning Super Bowls. Like.
So how do you do it? How do you take all of this and turn it into a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
You know you've done it twice, two different teams. Let's just get you your third ring with another one.
You can have the best team in the world. That doesn't add to, like, you could look at the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. They have one of the best teams in the league, if not, you know, number one and number two best team in the league. Like, they don't win a Super Bowl every year. Like, it just takes a little bit of luck. You just got to keep having shots on goal. And that's where we're at right here. If we're not the best team in the league, we're one of the best teams in the league, and it just takes a little bit of luck. We got hit with injuries last year. It was tough for us last year. We just got to keep going. It's like soccer. Just because you kick the ball in the goal, like, it don't mean you're going to hit that. It don't mean you're going to get that goal every single time. You can look at Messi. He's one of the best, you know, soccer players in the world. Like, he's not going to score every single goal. You just got to have multiple shots on goal. And we have another shot on goal with this team. We have a great team. Josh Allen and Brandon Beane, they've built a great team for us, man, and I'm excited for it.
You're the best. Thanks for taking time. I think that buzzer was pulling you to do God knows what, buy a new camera or start a new team or whatever it is. What are you interested in right now?
Me?
What are you obsessed with right now? What's your current obsession?
Right now, winning Super Bowls. Like, you know.
But here's my problem. You say you want to win the Super Bowl and you're working really hard, but you're also saying it's out of your hands.
Yeah.
So how do you live that way?
I can't not try to win a Super Bowl because it's out of my hands. Like, I still got to put my best foot forward, but really just trying to influence my guys to play at a level they wouldn't normally play at.
You always do.
And I feel like the difference between great teams and other great teams is really the mindset. So that's where I add value to these guys. I try to make sure we have the best mindset that we possibly can going into the games, whether we win or lose.
Yeah, you're the best.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Just a casual day in Ashburn, Virginia, with the 2023 Defensive Player of the Year, JC.
That's funny. I ain't gonna say that.
I've been saying it all day. How do you feel about that?
I'm gonna be out with my feet at. I ain't gonna put, you know, I don't really have nothing to say about that. I know I'm feeling good. I'm feeling explosive again. And, you know, just as a team, as a defense, we feeling good out there, running around, getting back with each other. It's only the second day of pads, but I think we're looking pretty good. We're definitely excited.
Better than the Niners defense last year, good?
We're gonna show you.
We're gonna show.
We're gonna show you. We're gonna show you.
I feel like that smile says it all. How good does it feel to be out there? And I know it's hot, but there's fans out there, and you've worked really hard to get back on the field and look like you do right now.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm just, you know, I was telling some of my teammates, it just feel good to run around. You know, I'm blessed to be back out there again. And, you know, I guess you have an injury as bad as I did, you definitely don't take things for granted as much, especially, you know, just running out on the field, hitting people. So, man, it definitely just feels good. That's all I can say. It just feels good.
I wish I could just run around hitting people. That'd be so cool. But that's your job, not mine. My job is to get how you're feeling out of you. How different do you feel right now today than you did back in the middle of the season when you came back first?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't really think about my knee anymore. I don't feel my knee anymore. Just overall, I just feel a lot stronger. I feel sturdy. And I'm ready to go. So, you know, I'm definitely excited. And I'm excited to show, you know, just remind people see what I can do.
and when I say Defensive Player of the Year, I mean it. And it's not just because you could take it from Nick Bosa, your friend from Ohio State. That'd be fun, though, right?
Yeah, that would be hard. That would
be pretty fun. But you're in the right position. You look great. You're feeling great. You've got the teammates to help support that. I think they should all sort of chime in and let you get all the sacks so we ensure that it happens. What do you think? A little group activity.
Nah, but that's, definitely with them horses I got with me, it's a race to the quarterback for sure. If I'm not there, John going to be there. If he's not there, Ted's going to be there. And, Payne Wayne always going to be there. So
you're the best person to ask about Sam Howell. I just spent about 20 minutes with him. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Coach Rivera said he's got moxie. He's got the arm. Antonio Gibson said he can really hit in tight spaces. Add to his narrative. What has he got?
He's very mature, I would say. I wouldn't even say for his age, but I would just say he's a very mature guy. I say he takes that leadership role. Being just a NFL quarterback. NFL quarterback is different from a D tackle, a defensive end. It's a little different. I think he handles it real well. He has composure when he's in the pocket. I try to chirp to him, get in his head. He doesn't even hear. He just.
What do you say to him? Pretend I'm him. What do you say?
I'm about to say, Sam, you better let go a little faster because I'm there. Something like that. He'll just smile and wink at me or something. So he doesn't let things get in his head, and he has a lot of composure out there. So he a pro.
Yeah.
And that's all we can ask for, that quarterback position.
Did this team find their quarterback, you think? Hopefully.
That's up to big man's decision. But I like all our quarterbacks. Brissett, he can throw it around too. He brings that veteran energy. We're just gonna see how it plays out.
Josh Harris is here today. He's around. I know the vibes are high. It looks like, or it feels like he's sort of involved in injecting, his thoughts and his philosophies on a new culture. What have you picked up from Harris and his group personally?
I think he's just I just talked to him, a few of the guys. He's just a real good guy. It's like obviously we know he knows his position, but he acts just like one of us. It's not like I'm up here, we're down here. He told us today we're a family. And he's gonna do everything to make our lives easier. You can just tell. I've been here. I'm going on year 4. I've never seen bleachers on the side or the big screen with the highlights.
Does that matter to you?
Yeah, it definitely matters because it's the overall experience. I would say when you come out and you feel just the fans. They hype. Jumping up. When you coming out. It gives you a little more. Then when you come out, nobody's here. Obviously we're self-motivated and team motivated, but it doesn't. We don't mind a little bit of help sometimes. So I feel like it definitely matters, and it just looks. It looks how it's supposed to look, instead of when you come out here and it's everybody just standing on grass.
Yeah.
No other team in the NFL looks like that.
Yeah. I don't hear a lot of stories about owners coming on a random day at training camp and saying let's talk about family.
Yeah. So that I feel like So that right there should tell you what type of guy he is.
Yeah. Do you have Magic Johnson's phone number?
What you think?
Yeah.
Maybe.
You do? Do you talk to him? do you text him?
I would say, maybe.
Maybe. What is it? An unreal moment? I know you've met him. You have his phone number. What's that relationship like as it's building?
Well, I'm just excited that he's a part of what we have going on. He knows. That's one thing about Magic Johnson. Obviously, he knows sports. He knows ball. And obviously, I'm under Rich Paul as well. So Rich, he knows everybody. So it's cool to have all those connections and just us to be tied on a different level.
Love that. I love everything I'm hearing. I'm so happy for you.
I appreciate you.
Last time I saw you was at the end of April with your agent, of course, and this whole 5th-year option had just happened. Mm-hmm. I feel a different energy from you even now. What's your relationship with the money of all of this and the contract status?
Yeah, with me, I really never really paid attention to the outside noise. For me, it was always, Chase is 100%. you know, Chase is pretty good. And for me, so I was just always being where my feet was at, and just trying to get healthy. And now I'm healthy. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Do you think it's I'd like to tell you that I think it might be a blessing in disguise.
Yeah,
because
I've heard that here and there.
I think things, you know, what do you think of that?
I mean, for sure. I mean, I've heard that here and there. Talking to my agents, but at the end of the day, my job right now is to go out and, you know, do what's best for my team, and that's just go hard every day and try to lead as best I can, and, you know, try to get in that playoffs and go win the Super Bowl.
Montez Sweat, Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne. I get scared reading these names out. What is the ceiling for this line?
Yeah, I ain't gonna fake. I feel like this year it's a little different. We're definitely way more locked in than we were. You know, I can just, our energy that we bring to practice every day, we just holding each other accountable to be great. And we're not letting up on each other. We're making sure all of us taking care of our bodies, because we need each other. We all need each other to eat. You know, if John eat, I'ma eat. If Tez eat, Payne gonna eat. You know, Sweat eat, I'ma eat. So we know that, and we really right now we're just really holding each other accountable and just trying to do everything right, stand in our playbooks. You know, watching film, just communicating on the field. And, you know, just trying to do everything we can just to be great. EB's
probably making you better, too, huh?
Oh, yeah, we make him better, too.
You make him better?
Yeah, we make him better, too.
Who makes you the more better?
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
It's 50. EB, man, I love EB because he comes to work every day, and he's holding everybody accountable, and he going hard.
Tell me about his voice. I hear his voice kind of...
He's not playing out there. He's not playing.
What is his voice like? I've never heard EB scream, I don't think.
Just come to practice tomorrow.
Really?
Come to practice.
Last one for you. Quinnen Williams, I got to hang out with him with the Jets a couple of days ago. He obviously got the bag. He's, you know, he feels good. All of that's going into this year. And he told me that when he's hitting those tackling dummies, he pictures like a 1970s Chevelle because he thinks about buying one. It's whenever, you know, because he's so nice. And you're nice, too, and you're chill. So what, you know, like, what do you think of when you're about to make that hit? What do you think of?
When I'm hitting like a bag, like a
sure, a bag or a man, a 220-pound quarterback who's crying at night knowing he's going to face you in this line the next day?
You know what dopamine is?
No. Dopamine?
Dopamine.
Yeah.
It's like when that it's from your brain.
Yeah.
Like when something, you know, real great in your life happens, you feel that like that, you know, that's that drip of dopamine. That's kind of what I go chase after. Just that, I don't know, it's just that feeling like, you know, if you skydiving and you jump off the plane and it's like, you know, that
euphoria.
Yeah, type time.
But that's what you feel as you're lunging towards something?
That's what I feel when I hit them and when I stand up and I look and everybody's going crazy and it's just like, very, very satisfying.
Oh, quarterbacks on the Commander's schedule. I'm so sorry. I really am so sorry. Do you guys chase? Thanks for the time.
No, all good.
Thank you. Defensive Player of the Year. My choice. Right here. Quinnen, do you remember meeting me before you were drafted?
I don't remember.
You came on Good Morning Football.
Yes, I remember now. Yes, I remember.
And you weren't even a Jet yet.
Yep.
And you had braces.
Yes, I did.
And now you have this beautiful, not that you didn't then, you have this beautiful smile.
Thank you.
Tell me, what's the biggest difference between that Quinnen I met and this Quinnen right here?
Oh, my goodness. Probably 10 light years ahead of that Quinnen, man. And just a rookie coming in from Alabama and had a great mindset, great athletic ability, but didn't know how the NFL really worked when it come down to making plays, when it come down to doing the right thing on the field and off the field. So just having great vets around me, great people around me, great coaching staff, everybody around me, man, that God's put in my life and the New York Jets put in my life since I've been in NFL helped me to become the player I am to this day. And just having great teammates, great players, great mentors in the NFL is a big thing too. And I'm married now,
Who's
so
that?
I got a great wife.
There we go, shout out.
Yeah, so shout out my wife. She helped me be a way better person since my rookie year. So.
Well, you weren't a bad person.
I wasn't a bad person at all.
Quinnen.
I'm just growing up, man. So I'm super, like, I'm just different, like, since that rookie year. So.
Who are those NFL mentors?
You got Chris Jones, Fletcher Cox, Steve McClendon is a huge person who I played with, Leonard Williams, Just a lot, man. Just the NFL family in general is a super huge. Like, you can call literally anybody in the NFL at your position especially and just ask for knowledge, ask for different things, and 9 times 10 they're going to come through for you. So.
And you'll be like that for the younger guys.
For
I
sure,
know that.
for sure.
I know that. John Franklin Myers, I met him a couple of weeks ago. You didn't mention as one of your mentors, Aaron Donald, but John Franklin Myers will not stop talking about you and Aaron Donald. How does that make you feel?
It made me feel good. I seen everything that he was saying and stuff like that. It's just, it's funny because we all look up to Aaron Donald in our defensive tackle position, man. When it comes down to a guy like that, on the field and off the field, he does the right thing, man. And how he leaving a legacy for his kids, and different things like that, becoming the, I feel like the #1 D tackle of all time is a huge thing for every D tackle in the NFL to chase out there and to look at a blueprint to see how we can be that way. So, getting compared to him is a big thing.
You're being compared to him, but John Franklin Myers, who loves you and sees you day in, day out, says that you're one day going to surpass him. Now, if there was one NFL player I would not want to feel threatened by me, it would be Aaron Donald. Is that how you feel?
Nah, not really surpass him. Like, just doing the necessary things to get to where he is my biggest thing. Like, every single body in our position, every single body in the NFL has somebody who we want to be like when it comes down to leaving a legacy. Like, I always talk about LeBron because I feel like LeBron is the greatest achievement on the court and off the court when it comes down to his family, when it comes down to him handling his business on the court and changing people's lives off the court. And I feel like Aaron Donald and the defensive tackle world set that same example, set that same tone. And a lot of guys, younger guys like me and myself and behind me, want to be like those guys like Chris Jones and Aaron Donald and Fletcher Cox and Ndamukong Suh and all those guys. So, what's
the one thing you're really working on for this year? You got the bag. You're secure. You've got it. I think it sounds like you got it all right up here. Give me something like practical, some actual specific thing you're working on.
Probably the #1 thing I'm working on is probably my nutrition. And there's some more stuff I want to work on, but that's probably the #1 thing.
Bring the candy over here. Hold on. We're gonna try to tempt you. We got this. I have a sweet tooth. Listen, we got Mike and I. What's your go-to? Don't tell me you don't want a high chew.
No.
Nothing? A fruit roll-up? That's nutritious. It goes in lunchboxes. No?
No, I don't
wow, Coach, he said no. He said absolutely not. I don't want it. No, another thing Franklin Myers told me is that when you were holding out for your well-deserved paycheck that you got, that you were calling and checking in with him and saying, I want to be back. I want to be, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? What player wants to be at camp? Nobody. What is it about this group that makes you want to be back in the building?
Just my love for football on his own, man. Just want to be back, and just the guys we have, and the guys that we have in our defensive room, man. Especially like having John Franklin Myers, a guy who I've been on the team since my rookie year, and having my brother on the team, having C.J. Mosley, a guy that knows the Bama standard and the Bama way, and a guy who's week in and week out is one of the best linebackers in the NFL. So having Sauce Gardner and all these guys on the defense and on our team, I was just scratching, ready to get back and ready to be a leader and ready to, I guess, get better with my guys every single day, because I felt like we had a decent defense last year, man, and I feel like we got a chance to be one of the best defenses in the NFL this year, and just moving forward and trying to get better every day. I felt like I was just missing something. So I'm like, I was checking in with my brother, checking in with CJ, checking in with Sauce, and checking in with Jermaine Johnson, because that was a big guy I know that's he didn't have a rookie season he wanted to have, but now he's like, he got his mind in order and he's going to blow it out the water this year. So just checking in with those guys and keeping up stuff like this.
I keep hearing about this Tony Adams.
The real deal.
Please tell me.
T.A., man, he's the real deal to me. Like, he's a guy who, or undrafted last year, a guy who played some in like Pittsburgh game and Seattle game, I believe. So he got small experience, but a guy similar to the guys on the defense, and which makes this defense so exciting. Like, you got guys that's scratching and clawing to get better every single day. And T.A. was one of the guys who ask you questions from a defensive tackle, ask you questions from a linebacker, ask Aaron questions every single day on how he can get better. And you got a young guy who's scratching and clawing to get better every single day, who do the right thing on the field and off the field every single day. And you can see at practice, it's like it's coming into play. Like, he's in the right spaces, he's making the right plays, he's balling out every single day. So,
you said you had a decent defense last year. You want to rephrase that? You were number 3. You were the 3rd best defense in the National Football League, Quinton.
Yeah, but you want to be number 1. Like, you're not first, you're last. Like, and that's like Ricky Bobby. You're not first, you're last.
Ricky Bobby mentality.
Yeah,
you're alive and well at Jets facility.
Yeah, so like you wanted to do the things, especially when you see the errors that you can make to be the best defense and to be the best person of yourself. Like, We always talk about chase perfection. Like, we know we're not gonna be perfect because we all human, but if you chase perfection, you can almost get close to it. So that's the thing that we always focus on: getting better every single day, trying to be perfect every single day when it comes down to your footwork, when it comes down to the small details, and doing the necessary things like getting turnovers and getting sacks for his former, and these big changing plays to put the ball in the offense's hands. So.
Yeah, Adam's gotten off Rodgers today. Let's talk about Rodgers. He's here. I'm sure he's making you guys better. Your favorite Aaron Rodgers moment so far?
Joking with him about that hit I hit him last year. That was kind of funny. Like, that was the big one. But Aaron is an amazing quarterback.
Wait,
man.
Who brought that up? I would be
I brought
so
it up.
scared. You did?
Yeah, I brought it up because I was walking to it. I'm like, yo, bro, like, quick question. Like, did that hit hurt? I hit you last year when we played.
Did you
Green
cry
Bay?
after the game?
Like, he was like, yo, that was the hardest hit I ever took that whole year. Like, and that was just so funny to me. Like, but Aaron is an amazing guy, amazing teammate, man. It's like kind of a dream to go against a guy like that every single day. Even in the game, you got a dream like going against like Tom Brady, Aaron. You saw these Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers going against him, but seeing a real Hall of Famer at practice every single day and how his mannerism is attacking every single day just make me a better teammate, make me a better leader in my own way, because that's why I want to be. I want to go to the Hall of Fame one day, and I want to be 10-time Pro Bowler and all this stuff that he did, 4-time MVP. So to see what he do every single day and how he attacked the business side and how he
attacked the Sean Payton side too.
Like,
Woo! How'd that go over in the locker room?
Oh, it's pretty. It's cool. We all a
come
family.
on.
It's no like I've watched it, I've seen it, different things like that. But at the same time, it's like we all family. We all new to this team. Like, some guys new to this team, some guys older to this team, and we all a family. We all go out here on this field. We wear green and
well,
white.
I'm not a part of this family, but I wanted to run through a wall after I heard him say that. Come on,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
That's the kind of guy you want leading your squad, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's more guys in the offense like that. There's more guys on the team like that. So, and that's why I was scratching and clawing to get back here to this team. So,
offensive line, is that going to hold you guys back? You know better than anybody. You go up against them. The offensive line, who's standing out? Who's the reason the star to believe in for this O-line to protect their 39-year-old quarterback?
I think all of them as a group is doing phenomenal right
Really?
now. Just getting better every single day. Like, we always preach as a O-line and D-line that this thing is going to take us to the next level. We got to make each other better. I got to give you my 100%. You got to give me your 100% when it comes down to make each other get better every day. Like, I want to be the best D-tackle in the league this year, so I got to make sure I go out there and put every single thing on the line to practice it before I go out here and do it. So, and I know guys on the offensive line want to be the best guard, the best tackle, the best center in the NFL. So going against each other, making each other better today is the number one goal. And so,
did you send Josh Allen like a present at all this past couple of months?
Nah. For what?
You didn't? That's not very good manners.
For what?
Well, wasn't he a big part of you getting that paycheck? And I love Josh, and I'll see him tomorrow. But I mean, what? This big man who is running and hurdling and doing all the things, you somehow have his number. That's why he's your guy.
Josh, my guy, right
Yeah,
there.
tell me why he's your guy. Tell me why.
He's a big, phenomenal quarterback. Got a cannon arm. He's the guy. He's a
Do I have
guy.
the numbers? I think I wrote down the numbers. Hold on. You sacked him 3 times last season, and that's someone that you go one-on-one against. I mean, you guys went one-on-one against last year. I mean, you're his kryptonite. How?
I'm not his kryptonite.
Are you kidding? I think so.
Nah, Josh is a phenomenal quarterback. Buffalo is a phenomenal team when it comes down to Stephon Diggs and the running game that they have. And Josh Allen as a quarterback, I think he's one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. So
I think you should send him a little something. Like a little edible arrangement, a little something.
Nah.
Just something. What are you eating these days? What can you eat? Quentin, I feel bad for you.
No, don't feel bad.
Okay.
Nah, it's going to help me go to the next level. So just eating regular, like eating.
Boring.
Nah, not boring.
Okay.
It's vegetables, carb,
boring.
and protein like fish and chicken. So.
All right, before we let you go, we're going to play one game. It's called, let's see, we're going to have a little fun. There's Mind Your Manners. People say mind your P's and Q's. So we're going to play Mind Your P's and Q's with our favorite Q, Quinnen. We'll start with an easy one. Which of your Jets teammates is downright the nicest person on the team? You could say you. I think it might be you.
I think it's me. I think I'm really the nicest person on the team, literally. Like,
I think you are.
I think I'm kind of too nice sometimes, too.
Yeah. Don't let everybody say Aaron's so nice. No, you're the nicest guy on the team.
I think I'm the nicest person on the team, for sure.
What sets you off? What makes you mad?
What makes me mad? Not much.
You got that Hulk gene. Stop it.
No, not much. I'm telling you, it's very, very, very like.
So you're out there hitting these quarterbacks and you're thinking about like what? Happy things? Come on.
No. Sometimes I be thinking about like my favorite car. Like I'm a real big car guy, so like if I get a sack, it's like I'm gonna get this car. Like so, like I don't know. I'm super cool, chill. I just love playing football. It's just fun to me. So
you guys have those AFC East targets on your tackling dummies, whatever you call them. What would you put on there if you could print something out?
A 1970 Chevelle.
That doesn't make any sense. You want to tackle a 1970 Chevelle?
No, I just like give me motivation. Like every time I see this dumb, it's like, okay, Q, you get your 1970 Chevelle.
I don't get it, but that's why I don't make the money you do to do what you do. Okay, Aaron Rodgers' next ayahuasca partner on the team. Which teammate is he taking with him next time he goes?
I don't know. We win the Super Bowl. I bet you the whole team goes. So
you guys are all going to go to ayahuasca?
We win the Super Bowl.
Well, that's a headline. Jets to go to Peru for ayahuasca ceremony post Super Bowl. Who needs Disneyland? People at Disney are freaking out and melting down right now. Okay, who is Coach Saleh's spirit animal?
Who is Coach Saleh's
spirit animal? An animal that reminds you of him. He had to be an animal.
Coach Saleh's spirit animal.
Go on.
I think it would be like a orca, like a killer whale.
Yeah, those things.
I think it'd be a killer because when you see it,
one.
it's like, oh my goodness, like that's super cool and they super chill, but they like do the most craziest. Like they get super angry and
they're taking
super
boats
serious.
down right now.
Like they'll take a boat down. Like they like I think that's his like.
Bro, that's an apex predator.
Yes,
that's
Coach Saleh.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's number one. Okay, don't.
I was gonna say like a grizzly bear.
Quinn is reading the questions.
No, I'm not.
Wow,
no,
I never get that.
No,
You're cheating. Wow. Which teammate has the best snacks in the locker? I'm sorry to keep asking you about food, my friend.
Best snacks.
Look, who's got? If you need,
I think the O-line got I went in the O-line room the other day, and I think they had the best snacks in the locker room.
Elijah
Shout out to the O-line rookie.
All right. Who would make the best Ken in a Ken and Barbie movie?
Zach.
Why?
He's
that was a real quick answer.
He is like you seen Zach like Zach got perfect hair, perfect eyes, like perfect everything. Like Zach is.
Which player's best dressed?
Best dressed?
Yeah.
Probably Michael Carter. I think Michael Carter's dressed super. You got Quincy Williams. He dressed nice. So
okay. Hey, is Breece Hall gonna ball out this year? Come on.
I hope so for
he
sure.
Better.
Like, he's a goat too. He's a baby goat.
I feel like he's the star. Then you got Dalvin Cook's cheers out here yesterday. I don't like it. I want
Breece is a
ball
baby.
out.
Breece is running 23, 22 miles an hour. I believe they said it's rolling. So
did you say 22, 23 miles per hour?
I think they say he went like 22, 23 miles an hour.
What?
So he is flying.
Quinton, if you could take this microphone and go ask, I don't know, let's pick a teammate. Go ask, who should we ask a question to? You could go ask Garrett Wilson a question. What would you ask him?
What's your favorite classic car?
If I was a classic car, what would I be? Come on, Quinton. Something cool. Oh, God, don't say Subaru or something. Don't say Kia. No offense to Kia if you want to sponsor a show.
I don't know. Let me think. I know if I was a classic car, I'd be for sure a 1974 54 supercharged Chevelle.
Say it again?
A 1974 54 supercharged Chevelle. That's what I'd be.
Did you buy a couple of cars?
Nice. Nah. I haven't bought anything yet.
Quinton, I feel like you're doing this wrong. I feel like I could help you.
Nah.
No?
I'm going to save it.
For what?
I don't know. I'm just want to save it.
Quinton, it's like you've grown too much. It's like you skipped. You came in a kid and now you're just this wily veteran. But I wish you the best. I hope you get the hardware. And Aaron Donald, he might just beat you at everything that you're good at. So look out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, it's Lane Johnson here with Up and Adams with Fletcher Cox and Kay Adams. And I'm going to ask Fletcher a few questions about today's training camp or the past couple of days. Fletch, how does it make you feel when you start hearing all the new music in the locker room and you realize you don't know about 75% of it?
It's a little confusing, especially in my room. But hearing a bunch of the new rap and the new rappers, it's a little different.
It's a lot different.
Just trying to catch on to it and try to learn the.
It's like a riddle. I'm trying to understand more words as I hear it.
Absolutely.
The more times it's played.
But you got all the young guys dancing to it and singing every verse. So.
Okay, our second question. So BG has been known the king of the trash talk here. Is there anybody here that has joined the team now that you think will be able to match you maybe this year or in a couple of years?
It's gonna be hard to honestly to top BG. He's known as the team trash talker, but the rookie talks a lot. Nolan Smith He talks a lot, but I think that's just his energy and
he's always
his personality.
Positive. He's always positive,
Yeah.
like BG.
He's just always excited to go out on the field and practice and learn, and he's always got the energy. So definitely he's willing to learn, and when he really take coaching. So I see him a lot around the building, and he brings a lot of energy.
Do you feel like we're on the set of Life sometimes, the movie Life? I feel like I'm Martin Lawrence some days, and I'm just taking hell on the chin.
That's the four of us. Actually, we have a really good picture of that Lane created out of boredom, and you will see it. It was on my Instagram. So yeah, definitely feel like the movie Life sometimes with us four being here the longest. So, but we enjoy it. We get along. We have a lot of fun.
Now, with the music, let's go back to that. I heard that you wanted Creed on the playlist. Fletcher, your thoughts on Creed being amidst all those other songs?
I think a lot of guys wouldn't know what it is. Some guys might, but you'd be surprised. But sometimes the big dog gets what he wants. If Lane wants Creed, he's going to get Creed.
Yeah, it's just something different. It's like a Creed song, or like I know everybody hates on Nickelback, but sometimes you hear an old Nickelback song, you're like, it's not too bad. But no, the new rappers, my favorite's Future, but he's not new, but Gunna's probably the one we're hearing the most.
Okay.
But I like Gunna.
Yeah, Jeezy. I'm taking Jeezy all day. I'm taking definitely Jeezy, my favorite rapper.
How did he do as an interviewer here? I mean, Lane's pretty legit.
I think he's done this a time or two. I got to give him
Once or
probably
twice?
like an 8 out of 10. That's really good, Lane. But we'll keep working on that. Get you on a couple of podcasts with Kelsey, who is really good at it, and then we'll be good.
I'll take this from you. Thank you, Mr. Lane Johnson. All right, Lane's doing his thing.
He did. I think he did a good job.
This is year 12 for you, Fletcher. How are you feeling?
I feel good. Actually, I feel better than I did last year this time. I lost a lot of weight, and just kind of played with it in the off season. I'm probably 10 pounds smaller than I was last year. And I can feel it. Flying around and the body just feel good.
Now, take me back to your rookie camp. Talk to me about what sticks out, where your head goes. Michael Vick.
Oh, man. Rookie camp, I was at Lehigh, where, training camp here was Andy. It was away from him, maybe an hour away, hour 20 away. I walk in the locker room, I got Vick, Deshaun Jackson.
I have
Shane
a list
McCoy,
here. Yeah.
Jeremy Macklin.
Yeah.
Trent
Cole,
Daryl Tapp, Cullen Jenkins, D'Amico Ryans, I think was here that year.
Wow.
So it was just Jamar Chaney, a guy that I played in college with. So, Namdi. I can keep the list going.
Okay, well, I talked to Von Miller about his rookie camp, and he was with, Brian Dawkins and Elvis, and he was with Champ Bailey. And I said, what do you remember? And he goes, I just didn't want to be a liability. I was just trying to not mess anything up. So what was your, vibe that entire camp?
Just learning. Actually, I had some really good vets. Cullen and Daryl Tapp and Trent Cole. Those guys kind of just took me under their wings and showed me how to be a pro. And that's why I'm not so hard on the rookies. Now, I wasn't hard on Jordan or, even JC this year. I'm not super hard on them, but I want them to be great, right? Because I had that leadership, and I want to hand that down to them to not make it miserable for them, but knowing at the same time that we got to go play on Sunday, but you're still a rookie.
Yeah.
But, I try to take care of them, but also hard on them.
I've gotten to a bunch of camps this season, this past week, and some of them are fun and some of them are loose, and this one seems real business. How would you describe what this camp is in 2023?
The guys, we know we got to do. I know a lot of guys was on that team last year. They don't want that taste in their mouth. They got a little bit of a little taste for it, but not the whole thing. So guys are just focused on what we need to do. But we have fun. And coach, Nick, he tells them when we're on the field practicing, we're practicing. And I think that's the thing that his attention to detail and our attention to detail has to be there. Those little things he harp on. So it's always business and fun. We're done with practice already, so we got to walk through and the rest of the day ahead of us.
He told me he watched the Super Bowl yesterday, the Super Bowl loss. Have you guys watched it as a team since then?
Nah, we haven't watched it. I think that's that. As a player that's been on both sides, still though, put a taste in your mouth, but now it's a new training camp, a new season. Definitely a different team. So we're looking forward for this year, and we got to put that behind us. So when coaches, he seems to be watching it a lot. He's talked about it. Maybe you need to, as the OG vet, get in there and be like, Coach, we're turning the TV off. This is in the past. Let's move on, because he seems to be watching it a bit to try to correct everything for this season. I mean, just look at maybe he's going back looking at situations that, I think his biggest thing is just situations and make sure that we're in the right situation, and he's putting us in the right situation, obviously. But, me as a coach, you go back and watch things and try to get better as a coach, and us, we go back and watch things and try to get better as a player. So, to him, I'm sure he'll get over it.
And now you're this OG in this locker room, and we're talking about your rookie season. Now it's the rookie season for the guys like Jalen Carter, all these Georgia Bulldogs that are here on this team. What do you make of that and having to embrace that leadership role even more, especially with those guys? I hear they're calling – what are they calling themselves? The dog – what are they calling themselves?
Philly
the dog?
Dogs.
Philly Dogs.
Yeah,
Tell me about the Philly Dogs.
I mean, those guys are doing good. I think the biggest thing for them is just learning how to practice, getting into the playbook, diving into those things. And, I've seen JC get better every day. And individuals and in team peers, taking the coaching. And, I'll get a lot of time to spend with Nolan because he obviously, with Coach Wash, and we're kind of two different rooms. But, I think the biggest thing for JC right now is just when I'm coaching him, it's in the meeting room. Because when we're out there on the field, it's kind of hard to catch up and, coach him. But I may see some things he's doing wrong. But the biggest thing is when we're meeting, I'm stopping the meetings. I'm having Coach Rock stop the meetings and coach him through things that make him better.
That's amazing. Have you had a moment where you're like, oh, okay?
I mean, the kid's got some stuff to him. He's special, and he can ball.
What does he got?
I mean, he can move. He's real. Obviously, he's super powerful, but his lateral movement and the way he's been, using his hands to get off blocks, you don't see that too much from a rookie. Normally that takes time to develop over time, but he's catching on pretty quick. But obviously he's going to need the reps. We got a game coming up here next week, and those reps will help him, get better. Having
won one and lost one, and being a 12-year vet, do you feel more pressure because of time and your awareness of how hard it is to even achieve a little bit, even a division win, or do you feel less pressure because you've banked one?
I mean, one is good, but two is legendary.
Next level.
Definitely next level. And I was trying to explain to a lot of the guys that's been on the team the last few years that they've been to the playoffs since they was a rookie. Then their second year, they went to, got a chance to play in the World Championship. But I think the biggest thing is I just keep telling these guys how hard it is to get there. And I think that they know that, but they don't know it. And we just want to continue to let them know how hard it is to get there. You just didn't walk in the door and it happened.
How often does Brandon Graham talk about that sack on Brady?
I'm sure he talk about it all the time. A lot of people, I've seen him at appearances and stuff, and a lot of the fans talk about it. And obviously he got a picture in there with it. So again, that's
he's
legendary.
Got a picture in there, of course. I'm surprised there's not a statue. Nick Foles gets a statue. Brandon Graham doesn't get a statue.
I know, right? He should get one. But BG's 14 years.
Yeah.
Hats off to that guy, man. 14 years. He's been doing it for a long time. We've been locker mates since I've been here 12 years, so, we still talk about that all the time.
I can't believe you've been here 12 years.
Me neither, but I'm here.
It is unbelievable. Last but not least, talk to your fan base and just with, your vibe, your energy, what you want from them this year. They always bring it.
I mean, to the Philly fans, show up like you do every year. I know you're going to be with us when we're good, win us when we're down. Just keep the support going. That will make us great. We appreciate y'all.